Now we should be good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, baby. Ollie, I see you in the audience. Boom, let's work. What is it? 6 o'clock in the UK. Ollie took the weekend and the day off, so I know he's just watching for pleasure purposes. He's not actually going to be investing into the markets, making any position changes in his meme coins. Purely watching for entertainment, which is fine. Listen, if you like the stream, you comment, you subscribe, I don't mind. You want to watch for entertainment and be sidelined during this bull run? It's completely fine with me. I would prefer that you would actually buy in at the top in April or May and provide some exit liquidity for myself. So I'd appreciate that, Ollie. Outside that, ladies and gentlemen, market professionals, let's take a look at the markets today. Pretty much this weekend happened what we thought was going to happen. More than likely, we put the Q4 low in the first week of October. Bitcoin and Ethereum reclaiming the monthly open. As long as we can close above those two for Ethereum and Bitcoin, it should really be up only from here, okay? Now, more importantly, what does that mean for the people invested into the markets? I got to look at the camera. We're about to go into a bull run, okay? So before we get into this bull run, I want to give you guys a couple of words of advice. Number one, most everything's going to appreciate, all right? As long as you're holding something that's above a $50 million market cap and it's been around for more than a month or two and is to a degree established, that coin is not going to go away, and that coin's going to appreciate during the next 3 to 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, okay? So you really can't lose by holding any of these majors that have attention. Okay, not even majors, but mid to low cap coins that are established. The question then becomes, how do you outperform the market to the best of your ability? Okay, because there are going to be assets that outperform other assets. So there's going to be bigger returns on certain investments as opposed to others. Again, you could be foolish and pretty stupid and just invest into the big stuff and make money. 2x, 3x, 4x even, which is great. In terms of normal financial markets, investing, etc., that's a great return. Cool, but we're not looking for 4x. We're looking for 10, 15, 20, okay? Because that's possible if you find the winners early. So, and we're going to talk about a couple of winners that we hit this weekend, and we'll talk about the Solana trenches for a bit. But first, I want to go ahead and just review the major stuff, okay? So the big things that we're always looking at is Bitcoin and Ethereum, because these are the big players that are going to be moving the rest of the market. Once Ethereum starts running, then that's risk on for the rest of the altcoin market, and we go into an alt season. So let's start with Bitcoin, then we'll go into Ethereum, and then we'll talk about hitting the casino in Solana. So, Mr. Producer, Mr. Producer here real quick. Boom. Oh, by the way, some of you, you guys probably don't even remember who he is because, it's easy to forget. Logan typically is on these streams with me, but he told me this morning he has to go to a Kamala Harris rally. So he was going to a Kamala rally, and then he was going to go to a pro-choice rally right afterwards. And then I think he had to do some type of, what are they called? Like a slut walk, right? Something for the feminists. He said he wanted to go basically participate in the slut walk. Women should be able to be sluts and feminism and all that kind of stuff. So I told him, hey, listen, if you got to take the day off to do that kind of stuff, I completely understand. But he hopefully should have some good stories about that kind of stuff next Monday. So we'll definitely ask him about it. So we'll see how the Kamala rally went, the slut walk, and then the pro-choice rally he's going to. All right. So first things first, gentlemen, let's take a look at the majors. So Bitcoin, we're starting to drop just a bit, but I want to show you this. So boom, 66,000. So as long as we can stay above 66,000 and start pushing upwards towards the end of the day, we're reclaiming the monthly open. Bang, we're fucking on fire. We can look at it on TradingView as well. So if we're looking at the hourly, look at Bitcoin, right? Reclaiming this high, which is what we need, right? Right up here. So as long as we can close and break through this, right? Whoops. We're fucking sending. Okay, there's really no pulling back. I mean, there's going to be little pullbacks here and there, but we're going to continue to send upwards once we break that high. So we just got to get Bitcoin over 66, 65, yeah, like 66.5, and we're fucking booming. So keep an eye out on that. So we know what it is with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin starts ripping, the rest of the market rips. Not that difficult to understand. Okay, now let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum actually looks better. Look at this. Fucking meat stick. Ethereum with the fucking meat stick, right? So we were down here. Broke this high. Right? What happens when you break the high? It's resistance. You flip it, turn it into support. Boom, 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 boom. Tap a couple times. Bang. Then we rip upwards, right? Now we've turned it into support as opposed to resistance. So that's how Ethereum's breaking out. So you see how whenever you flip these levels, these coins and these assets will test these levels, these highs, right? And notice how it uses that line perfectly. So it shoots up, tags it, flips it, turns it into support. Boom. Then we send higher. So Ethereum is looking a lot better now. Okay, once Ethereum starts ripping up past here, so about, what is that? 2,700. So keep that on the radar. So keep in mind for Ethereum, you flip 2,700 and we start going up and testing these highs up here, right over here. It's full risk on all seasons here, and all your meme coins, all your shitters, all your Solana Casino plays, etc. Those are going to start going to fucking millions, then hundreds of millions, and then the assets in the hundreds right now going to multiple billions. So that's what we're pretty much on the cusp of. It's happening, right? This is the thesis. This is what we've been talking about for the last 7-8 months with the range that we've been in these 4-year cycles. Everything is playing out to a T, data driven. The shit's happening, okay? So we are where we need to be at with Ethereum and Bitcoin. Okay, so we see those. So keep an eye out for 2720 for Ethereum. Now you start to see what the Ethereum beta does. So like Andy, we've been talking about Andy. Andy is going to be a premier mid-cap Ethereum beta play. So I would say after Brett and Pepe, this would be the next one that you want to be loading up on. Now, if you want more risk, then I would load up less Pepe, more Andy, if you're thinking Andy's going to outperform Pepe at this point. But same thing with Andy, putting in meat sticks. On the day, it's up 20%, right? So you got to see that all these patterns are starting to play out on these charts on the Ethereum beta and Solana beta plays. They're accumulating, they're ranging, and then you get these little breakouts, these pops, and that's where you see people start to chase, and then these meme coins and these altcoins go on runs, right? Because once Andy breaks these highs up here, right, you're sending, right? You're going to be sending. So if I go on the daily, so that's going to be over here, right? So once you see Andy and these meme coins, you look at these charts and you start to see them test and then break these previous highs. Andy has nothing else stopping it other than this line right up here, right? So you break through this line right here, you're going boom, 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 right? This fucking drawings on TradingView are terrible. But so you go you go up to the next line, right? And then you pop through. So once Andy, this is a great spot to load up on Andy. Once Andy breaks through this next high, you've got all this room to shoot up to the next all-time high. And then once you break that next all-time high with Ethereum and the environment that we're going to be in here in the next couple of months, then Andy's going to start going to $1 billion. Okay, so Andy's previous all-time high was about $650 million market cap. Right now it's about 150, 160. So you get Andy at 150, 160 right now, and you think it's going to go to $1 billion, which I would say, yeah, conservatively it's going to go to $1 billion at least, because the previous all-time high was 650 mil. You're going to do about a 9x, 8x. Okay, so Andy's a great fucking play right now. It's in a beautiful spot. You see that meat stick going in, so Andy's looking to break out. Brett was another one. Brett looks fantastic right now. You see how as soon as Ethereum even moves at all, this is how crazy it's going to get whenever we go into price discovery with Ethereum. Brett meat sticks, and you see all the boys club memes doing this. Look at these meat sticks that they're putting in right now. Bang. Fucking ripping up. So you see how they come down, They set their bottom. They start to reaccumulate, boom, reaccumulate, bang, green. So now that Brett flipped the $1 billion market cap mark and flipped that into support, now we're just looking to test these other highs, eventually get up to the all-time high. Even Brett right now is a 2x from its all-time high. So if you buy Brett, the more Brett you buy right now, even if you think it's just going to tag its previous all-time high, which again, in my opinion, is going to go much higher than that, you're still doing a 2x. So if you have size, it's still a considerable investment in the next couple of months. So Brett looks fantastic right now. Brett's looking to break out. You see it happening right here. These little legs you see bursting out, that's a chart that's going to start ripping. Wolf, and keep it, and guys, let me tell you something too. Okay, I'm just going through this with you because I'm looking at the charts. You have to understand that the reason it's so important to have a network and understand what the hell's going on with these charts and these coins whenever they're first coming out is so that you can get good entries on these things. Brett's at a $1 billion market cap right now. I was buying Brett first at right about in here, about $300 million market cap. So I was buying Brett quite literally with size right in here and rode this all the way up to about 1.8, 1.9 billion. So do you understand that all that money I made just on that one run up? Now, of course, it did come back down, right? So it came all the way back down. But what was I doing this whole time that it was coming back down? I'm DCAing. I'm buying more. I'm buying here. I bought in here. I bought in here. I bought in here. Right? Continue to DCA. Continue to DCA. Continue to DCA. Get more in my bag. Get more in my bag. Get more in my bag. Because I believed and knew where Brett was going to go by the end of this cycle. So regardless that it retraced a lot of that pump, it still never went lower than 600 mil, 650 mil. So that's still a 2x from where my positioning was. So I never even actually went negative on Brett. So that's how you got to look at this. Now we're starting to do this next leg up and we're starting to break out again. You got to start deploying and positioning yourself and catch this next leg all the way up. Because if you're not looking to buy now, what's going to happen is Brett's going to hit here. That's going to hit here. That's going to hit here. And the next thing you know, it's going to be going into price discovery and it's going to all-time highs. And that's whenever the normies go, oh my God, I'm missing it. It's in all-time highs. I need to buy it. And then they start buying the Pico top. And that's whenever guys like myself start to sell to them, right? So look at how these charts are playing out and have your conviction in these plays. These should be your big, in my opinion, again, not financial advice, your bigger positions, right? We can gamble on the shit coins. You can do what you want to do with the $5 million market cap, the $100,000 market cap. You know, these are bets. These are gambles, just trying to hit a lick on something that's zooming up. But these should be your core positions, and those shitters that you're investing into, those Solana meme coins that you're investing into, the profits you're getting from those coins, you should be rolling back up into your core positions that are going to appreciate for sure in the long term. So I would be taking profits that you're getting in the trenches and rotating them into Andy and Wolf, right? Or Brett. So Wolf, same thing. You see it, meat stick. Wolf is a little bit earlier in the pattern. So Wolf is another great position. Once Wolf breaks this high, you're going to get a rip, right? Once Brett breaks this high, you're going to get another rip. That's just how it works. It's going to start breaking out. So Wolf is another one that I definitely would be looking at. So those are going to start ripping. Turbo, banger. Look, I had this line on from before. Okay. Look what happened. Turbo is exactly where Andy, Wolf, and Brett are right now, but a week ago. Okay. So what did Turbo do? It's the same shit I literally just showed you guys, right? So Turbo, by the way, where did I buy Turbo at? I bought Turbo at an $80 million market cap. 80 million with a couple grand. 80 million. Okay? 80 million market cap. Turbo is now at Turbo's now at 725 million market cap. So I already almost 10x'd on my Turbo. 10x. Where the fuck else are they doing that at? What markets? Turbo, I love Turbo. Turbo has its risks, and I can explain why it does. But if you don't have an incredible size into it, then it's not that risky because you don't need the liquidity to get out of it that somebody with a huge bag would. So Turbo, I was buying Turbo at 80 million. Does this huge pump up to about 650 mil market cap, which I rode that whole thing, took profits, and actually put more money into my boys club bags. And then look what Turbo did. Right? Retraced. Should be buying in here. Pump. Retrace. You should be buying in here. Buying in here. Pump. Retrace. You should be buying in here. So this right here is exactly where Andy, Wolf is a little bit earlier in this pattern, but Andy, Brett, Pepe are right in that pattern. You see that? That first little breakout, meat stick to the upside. And then look what happened. Pump, right? Gets to its all-time high, breakthrough, breakout. This shit out of the way. Broke out. Guess what's going to happen to Turbo now? Guess what's going to happen to Turbo now? It's going to fucking blow up. So my Turbo bag is about to blow up too. So this is what I'm saying is you want to get these if you haven't already been positioning yourself in some of these coins that are about to break out. These are good plays to get where you see this first meat stick coming out here, right? If you're not deployed yet, start bagging up and then bang, you shoot up to the all-time highs. You flip this level, right? You flip, it will, Ollie, don't worry, it will. You flip this level from resistance into support and then bang, Turbo's in price discovery. Turbo doesn't look back. So Turbo is going to be booming. Now, here's the thing. You don't necessarily want to chase Turbo at this point because it is cracking off. Okay? So there's a couple of those bags. All right, now let's talk about the Solana Casino. Again, the importance of having a network. Inside of the Taylor's code, we have the private crypto plays, all right? And so what's the private crypto plays? I pretty much just put in the plays that we get from our private, basically our private network where we have full-time traders that are watching the trenches in Solana, putting out plays, and we're getting into plays where we know the people who are launching the plays, what kind of communities behind it, what's the cult behind it. So we have a pretty good idea in terms of what's going to pop. Something we got on Friday night. Friday or Saturday night. Okay. GOAT. Called this out to a couple of people. All right. It's also in the Taylor's code. GOAT. We bought into GOAT this Friday night. It's 2 days ago. At a $2.5 million market cap. That was my entry. $2.5 million market cap. GOAT is now at a $123 million market cap. Okay. So what is that? Well, for those of you who can do math, that's 100x. It's 100x. 2 days. Okay. So here's the point I'm going to make with this. That's not going to be every trade, nor is that sustainable, nor is that something you should continue to look for. But that is what's possible when you know the right people and you have good entries and you understand what's going to do well and what's not going to do well. If you have some extra pocket change and you can, take a stab at a few things. This is basically gambling at $1 million, $2 million market cap. But when you can take shots at things that you know will probably do well or you have an idea will do well, that's the kind of return you can get on something. So I'm still positioned in GOAT. I haven't sold my entire bag. I've taken profits along the way. But I got 100x on GOAT. 100x in 2 days. So again, when you know people who are in the trenches with you and going to war with you, looking for these plays, these are the kinds of plays that come out of it, right? So we have multiple people that are every single day literally in the Solana trenches, looking at meme coins, finding new projects, seeing what's launching, seeing what's doing well, who are the good devs, who are the good influencers behind these tokens, and they put them out into the chat, and we got 100 people in there that are looking at everything, checking it, making sure everything's good. Probably 5 to 10 of them are actually actively doing TA on these charts, and then bang, you get something like GOAT to come out of it. So think about that, 100x on an investment just from knowing the right people. So it all comes back to network. It all comes back to who you know. It all comes back to speed. Everything that we try to talk about and teach in the Taylor's code, everything comes back to networking and learning, right? So I'm not going to give you too many of the other plays that we had that are very low market cap that we think are going to do well, because that's the whole point of being in the Taylor's code. That's all the whole point of paying for the private crypto plays, so you can have access to these things, is that you're going to get this at a $2.5 million market cap, as opposed to seeing it whenever it's 125 and buying it there and hoping it goes to $1 billion, which I believe it could, right? But instead of a 10x, if you got in at 2.5x, then you got a 1000x, right? Completely different. Right? That goes from making good money to life-changing. So these are the types of things that are going on in crypto right now. This is why you have to have an eye on the market and have something allocated to this industry, to this market, because this is what I liken to the dot-com bubble. People who don't believe in crypto or don't think it's a valid investment vehicle, etc., that's fine. Boomer mentality. They obviously just don't understand how it works or what's going on in the markets. All it is just leveraged equities. Equity markets are the same exact thing as cryptocurrency. It's literally the same shit. The only difference is it's leveraged. It's higher volatility. And people get afraid of volatility because, oh my God, it's more volatile. They think that's a bad thing. Volatility goes both ways. It's more volatile to the downside, but how about instead of focusing on the negative, we focus on the positive, which is it's more volatile to the upside. That means instead of looking for a 20%, 30% return for the year and thinking that's amazing, oh my God. In crypto, if you can't do a 2, 3, 4x in a year, you're pretty fucking shit at it. Okay, that's hundreds of percents of returns on your investments. So understand that the environment that we're going to go into, gentlemen, is going to be very frothy. It's going to be very good. A lot of the assets are going to appreciate. The thing to be careful of is if you have a lot of capital and a lot of money in these coins, don't start chasing things, okay? Don't start looking at other coins and other things that are blowing up and thinking, oh my God, I have to try to get that, and FOMOing and then buying the top and trying to buy the pumps and all these kinds of things. Stick to your core positions. Understand what your position's in for the long term. Whenever your asset is bleeding and you're hitting dips during the bull run, those are used for buying. You buy more of the asset. You buy more. You buy more. You believe in it. Just because it's dropping and it's selling doesn't mean you sell, right? The biggest misconception to investing and the reason that people lose money is because they buy at the top when it's green and they sell whenever it's red, right? They follow their emotions. When in reality, to make money, you have to buy when it's red. Everybody's afraid, and you have to sell when it's green and everybody's excited about it. So continue to increase your core positions, but also get into the trenches if you can and start to get with the network a little bit and start working up your bag, so then you have money that you can go ahead and deploy back into your main positions. So it's looking good, gentlemen. October is here. The market is doing what we thought it was going to do. And so we just got to get Bitcoin to push up, and we got to get Ethereum to push up a bit, and we're going to be looking good, gentlemen. So any questions, comments, concerns that you guys have on what we're looking at? Like I said, entries are fantastic on our core positions, so we're printing on them. Brett should go to about 10 billion. So from 300 mil, you can do the math on that entry. Turbo 80 million. Turbo should go to a couple bill by the end of the market, so you can do the math on that entry. Goat, obviously I already did 100x on Goat, which is fucking sick. Let's see. And then yeah, we got some other Solana plays in here. I got the bigger Solana plays in here. The small caps are going to be in the Taylor's code. Retardio is a coin that I like a lot too. So Retardio did the same thing, but this is what Andy, Brett, Wolf are going to be doing here soon. Is look, this is just those charts, but further down the line. So you get your high, right? You get your local top. Okay, you come all the way back down. You bleed. You bottom out here. You reaccumulate. You do that first test pump. You retrace. Bang. This is that breakout that you're seeing on Brett, Andy, Wolf, and the Boys Club, right? This is the breakout you're seeing right now, is this pump right here. So what comes after that pump? Vertical, right? Broke that fucking high. Boom, price discovery. So study verticality. That's where the Boys Clubs are at right now. So you see that? Pump, boom, fucking shoots off. So that's the type of look you're looking in for a chart, is you want to find entries when it's bottoming or curling up like this, right? And that's how you know it's going to, boom, blow up. Okay, Retardio is a good one. Fog's a good one as well. Fog's a different looking chart. This one I'm not too sure on. I know some other guys that I invest with are huge into Fog, so obviously I trust them, and I would say it's a good play. But Retardio, this thing's textbook, right? Accumulate, pump, retrace, accumulate, bang, price discovery. All right, that's where Boys Club's at right now. So let's see. We're looking for around 67K Bitcoin and 2720 ETH. Yeah. So if we can close above 67,000 for Bitcoin today and Ethereum above 2720, 2750, we're looking good. Yeah, it's the same thing with ETH. Look at this, right? It's just starting to break out. We just need to get ETH to break this high right here, which is, 2720. And then there's not much stopping us from getting up here, which is 3,500. Yeah, look at this. We break this. Look at how much space is above us. All right, we break that. The only other thing would be this little high right here, which that's not going to do much. So the next one would be, what, 3,300? You know what I'm saying? So, bang. So you have all this space. ETH breaks this level right here. We're fucking sending up into here. And then once we break the 3,300, bang. We're just going to be flying. Once we break up to 4,000 again, up here, we're flying. Then you have this last local top here, this cycle top, 4,100. But yeah, look at that. Just breakthrough, boom. Breakthrough, boom. And then once you're up here, you're going to fucking start sending. And that's all season. So, yeah, easy enough, gentlemen. It's really not that complicated. Just emotionally. Can't be foolish about your investments. And then understand how to capitalize on your gains. So that's going to be a bigger thing too towards the end of the cycle is once things start reclaiming the mid. Yeah, beautiful. Daddy Tate's pumping. Look at that. Once we reclaim those and start gaining momentum to the upside, you guys are going to see how quickly this shit pops off. I've seen people make ridiculous amounts of money not during alt season, right? Just in pretty normal conditions of a bull run. This time, this is going to be the actual alt season. And so that's when you're going to see these things start getting traded at just absolutely ridiculous evaluations. Again, I liken it to the .com bubble. If you're not involved in this, you're missing on just life-changing money. You see 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24-year-olds becoming multimillionaires off of crypto, and they're not even doing anything that special, right? Everything I educated myself on within months. It's really not that difficult. It's the mentality behind it and having the mindset not to be foolish with the way that you trade. You can't be so emotional. You can't be, oh, one day I'm up, one day I'm down. Oh my God, this didn't pump today, or this is pumping, but mine's not pumping, and mine's... You can't think like that. Everything in a bull run is going to go up. Everything. So you just can't chop yourself to bits because something else is pumping doesn't mean your bag's going to pump, not going to pump, or that you're losing. Just wait till all those profits and all that money gets rotated into your coin and then you benefit from the pump, right? You shouldn't be really chasing pumps left and right. Get things when they make sense, ride it up to Valhalla, okay? So it's all about just trying to outperform the market to the best of your abilities, but everything's going to go up, gentlemen. So now we just got to fucking ride it out and keep getting richer and richer. So any questions that you guys have other than that, Ollie? What would Brett chart do if ETH went back up to 3,300? It would go up more than ETH. So if ETH goes up, 20%, 25%, then Brett's going to go up 80%, 60%. Brett to 10 billion will happen if ETH goes back into price discovery, which it will. So, at the very least, Brett's going to be breaking its old all-time highs. So you've got that much upside on Brett. And then once Brett goes into price discovery, you're going to be popping up in here. I would say conservatively, in my opinion, worst case scenario, Brett goes to 5 billion. So another 5x. Worst case 5 billion, but that's just not going to happen. It's going to go higher than that. So yeah, you get these moon boy projections that are saying 50, 60 billion. Okay, maybe not that high. I don't think so. 10 billion for sure gonna happen. Cool. Yeah, it's ridiculous. This weekend I made somebody's yearly salary. just from a couple of different coins, right? Think about that. In 3 days, I made somebody's yearly salary just by holding coins. So it really isn't that hard to get rich, ladies and gentlemen. It's just people don't try. All right. Outside of that, if you're not inside the Taylor's Code, you guys know what to do. Link is in the description. For those of you that know me personally, text me, message me, let me know if you need something. And yeah, let's get rocking. Let's get into the day. Let's keep watching these charts, making sure everything's doing what it's supposed to do. And make sure you guys continue to increase your incomes outside of cryptocurrency as well. Okay. That's another big thing that I preach is, you could get a 100x return on $100. So you got 10 grand now, right? Which is cool. But if you actually had $1,000, if you had $10,000, if you had $100,000 to invest and got that same return, how much more different would your life be from 100 to 10,000 or 1,000 to 100,000 or 10,000 to a million? I think $10,000 to $1 million is a bigger impact on your life than 100 to 10,000. So increase your incomes, increase your positions, ride it out, get the good plays in. Let's go make some money. All right. Outside of that,